welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to go over the newest Creatures of Sonaria update. I know I'm a little bit late on this one, but this update has brought us an entirely new species and a revamp of an old one. So this one is called a Meolark. It is a semi-aquatic hammerhead shark cat thing. When I first saw this for like the concept art, I immediately loved it. And you know, its stats came true, and are even better. So it's, you know, got decent health pool of 6,000, some whopping damage about 475, decent stamina and all that, and some amazing passive effects and abilities. So it's got serrated teeth, and of course it's got to have the bleed for serrated teeth. It's got a charge, and the charge attack is with crush. You know, injury, block, frostbite, stuff like that, and of course agile swimmer. But it also has grab, adrenaline, and dart. So I'm massively looking forward to playing this and seeing what it looks like. So first up, we've got the baby stage, of course. Nothing too special about here. It's quite a long creature though. Plenty of room to, you know, make some creative skins with all its patterns and everything. Pretty decent like idle animations and everything. Yeah, definitely cat-like. And yeah, I really enjoy the way that, you know, it moves around. It looks a little bit goofy, but yeah, it's not too bad, and I really do like it actually. Just so you know, the way to get this creature, it's actually in a gacha. Specifically the boosted gacha, which requires of course one boosted gacha token and 250 mush. To get the boosted gacha token, you need to complete the boosted gacha token mission. First off is you need to grow 10 different daily boosted creatures to adulthood. Easiest way to do this is with the Flickerfly, which is also obviously in the boosted gacha, and it's, you know, decent flyer, got stamina, grows quickly. Apply a couple of Erics to it and you'll have that mission done in no time. Secondly, you need to complete all missions and claim rewards from 50 regions missions as a boosted creature. Again, you're going to need the Flickerfly to do this. It will take a lot of time. I mean, I did one in about half an hour, 40 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. Next, for these 3 quests, you need to travel 35,000 studs on land, swimming, and flying. For land, I would probably recommend the Kahiku and some succulent plushies, just for a little bit of extra speed. It's basically the fastest thing on land, and you'll complete that in no time. For the swimming one, I recommend Alicuda, which is an aquatic, obviously. It's got one of the fastest swimming speeds as well as, you know, the launch ability and all the rest of it. So again, you'll get that done pretty quickly. As for flying, I recommend doing the Griffin, which is, I think is the flyer with the most stamina. It used to be Bizu, but I'm 99% sure that it's Griffin. It's, you know, pretty easy. It might take, you know, 5 minutes each one. You don't have to be adult, and even as a baby or a juvenile, you're faster anyway. So that's, you know, how you get the token, but don't get your hopes up, because even if you do get the token, odds are you're not going to get it first try, because there are several different other creatures in the boosted gacha, and Meolark is, what, 12.5%. Your best shot at getting it is rather buying it. When it first came out, everyone was trading the Meolark for like 3,000, 5,000, whatever. But now, since the hype's calmed down a little bit more, people are starting to, you know, make sensible trades for about maybe 1,000, 1.5, something like that. Me personally, I bought one on day 1 because I couldn't get it through the boosted gacha for about 3,000 mush, and then yesterday I bought another one for a friend of mine for about 1,000. So your best bet is just ignoring the boosted gacha altogether and just buying one straight up. And at the adult stage, Meolark looks pretty damn cool. It's gotten some extra size, of course, gotten a little bit longer. It's developed its little hammerhead thingy as well. So yeah, as I can see, it's, you know, 6,000 health, 475 damage. So, you know, you got the right plushies on, and this thing will be an absolute monster. So starting off with some of the calls, my favorite's probably the broadcast. And then of course you have your passive, and then aggro, but I definitely like the broadcast better. As for animations, the Mudroll's pretty cat-like too. You know, just rolling around, having a good old time. This is the Cower emote, which is, you know, pretty average, I suppose. You know, nothing really special. But then the Aggro emote is my favorite because it's very, very cat-like, and it's clear that there was a lot of effort that went into this, and you know, I think it's pretty damn cool. So as for the Meolark, I really do enjoy it, but I think it's a little bit overrated already. You see so many people in this in the game, like, you know, making groups of Meolarks and just going around KOSing. But overall, you know, it's not too bad. I really do like it, and it has a pretty shimmer. The glimmer's not too bad either, and it looks really, really cool as an albino mutation as well. Now, most notably, the new update has given us a revamp of the Tauro, which is still very Carnotaurus in, you know, looks and everything, but got the glow up of the century. It looks so much better. It's leaning more into the lightning thunder kind of theme as well, like they did with Valmora. And it's not only a tier 4 now instead of a tier 3, but it got some really nice buffs. For example, the health got increased by about 250, and the damage was increased by like a lot. It was originally 190 damage, and now it has 650. However, the weight limit did get increased as well, but considering the weight of Tauro now compared to a lot of other species, that damage, it'll depend on what you're fighting, but it'll definitely give it you know, a decent boost in PvP. Not only did it get all these nice buffs, but it also got some awesome new passive and active abilities. So the old model only used to have ambush, 10% bleed defense, and 6 bleed, but now it has block poison, charge power, bleed attack, which is now down to 4 instead of 6, 25% block bleed, block frostbite, and interestingly, defense paralyze. To go along with that paralyze, it has also gained the lightning breath, and ambush as well is still here. However, it has been increased from 1.2 to I think 1.6. So it is also increased in size. It used to be quite a small creature, but I think it got, you know, not quite double in size, but it did get a decent size buff. So right off the bat at the baby stage, it is reminding me of the old model of the Shro with the really thick tail, long body. It's not too bad. I actually really like this. I think it's quite cute, and I kind of like the attacking animation. I'm hoping that you know, it'll have like the horns and it'll just like, you know. But I think it's really cute actually, and this is the first time I've grown it for myself, so yeah, I'm actually a pretty big fan of this, considering the huge upgrade that it had, and I reckon a lot of other people in the community are pretty damn happy with it too. So now at the adult stage, it is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, although still quite small. It's gained a lot of its armor, of course its lightning breath, and the little static in between its horns and the 3 prongs on its tail, which are really cool. I'm loving the idle animations as well. It's really, you know, leaned a bit more into the Carnotaurus dinosaur kind of vibe, so I really like that. I love the little cuffs that are on its feet. It's really cute. And as for the animations and calls, this is its broadcast. This is the passive. And then this one's the aggro. So very similar, but a lot shorter than the passive. As for animations, this is Cower, and so it wraps its little tail around and ducks its head down. And this is the aggro. So it's alright, it's not too bad, but I see they did put, you know, a little bit of, you know, effort into this one. It doesn't look as rushed. It does remind me of that one Carnotaurus scene on like that dinosaur documentary with like the mating dance where it's like waving its little hands. But yeah, overall I really do like this. Of course, you know, as it became adult, it really did slow down a lot. One thing they do with some of these dinosaur related animals, creatures, like for example with this one and the Hyboturk, whatever the hell, I don't know how to pronounce it, they slow down the adults quite a lot, even though they're supposed to be dinosaurs that were notably known for like speed. For example, the raptor, and this being a Carnotaurus. But don't get me wrong, I understand the idea of balancing out species and all the rest of it, but I feel like if they were made to be, you know, referenced from a counterpart that existed in real life that was known for its speed, I would have thought that it would at the very least would have had, you know, better speed. But in all honesty, I actually really don't mind this, and I do see myself playing this a lot more in the future. But yeah, and the attack at adult looks really good. I love how it just sort of whaps its head in the air. But yeah, this is really, really cool, and they did an awesome job on the remodel, and I hope a lot of people are now happy with the remodel, because I sure am. So yeah. Additionally, the update brought us a new trait. So this one is specifically for healing hunters only, which it basically gives you an extra 5% healing for your healing hunter. So I think it is a green trait, and it has the same amount of probability or chance to be, you know, given to your creature as the rest of them, which I'm pretty sure is 14.2%. So yeah, definitely going to use that, especially on, you know, creatures like Ceridae who have pretty poor healing. So partner that with the Rosevine plush and you get an extra 15%, which sounds pretty cool. Additionally, Jump was actually added to the Fabergé and Voroplus, whatever you want to call it. Seems a bit odd to me that the Vora got Jump, but you know, each to their own. Adding on to that, the stamina regen now also buffs your glide regen. So whenever you have the stamina trait, your glide will also be affected by the trait and not just your normal stamina. The update had also additionally given us 4 new attack animations on Valmora, Veldis, Uvius, and Sarchius. I checked them out, they're all pretty just like basic, they're just kind of like a nom. But I'm kind of gonna miss the old Valmora one. I think it was better, but it's pretty okay to get new bite animations. I'm glad that they're still leaning into the new, you know, counting in bite animations as, you know, something to be worked hard on, which is very, you know, relevant in the new Meolark species. So I'm really happy about that one. As for the 2 older creatures, specifically Hyboturk, and also the Dabamura, their glimmers were originally glitched, I think, for some people, and have now been patched. Personally, I don't actually know what was wrong. Mine still looks like exactly the same as what it was before. And adding on to the Hyboturk, on its neck, its materials have been patched now. They used to be very mishmash and very weird looking, so now it's all smooth plastic down here, and then these 2 bits on the side are now slate or concrete, so it looks a lot better, and the glimmer does too. Lastly, going into a couple updates for aquatics and the ocean in general. There's now a cooldown on the use of portals, so that pesky Aegean or something that has been in Oasis portal abusing can no longer do that. Adding on to that, the swan plushie is now unusable on aquatic creatures. The goldfish plushie is also no longer giving increased hunger and thirst debuffs, only gives the iron stomach ability now. They've also added more baby aquatic spawns, so there used to be about 5 and now I think there's maybe 7 or 8. So when you spawn in, you can spawn in at like a ton of other places now in the water. I don't think you can spawn in any of like the like for example like the Oasis pool or anything, or in the swamp. I think it's just in the main body of water. They've also added extra food spawns underwater for new baby aquatic spawns, so there used to be much less food in the ocean, and now there's a couple more corpses, algae, and all the rest of it. Additionally, there's actually been a new cave added in Mesa next to Desert. I'm not actually sure where it even is. I have tried looking all over the place and cannot find it. Miraculously, Grab on Aegean Warden and the Mag have temporarily been removed because their Grab has apparently been bugged and needs to be fixed. So from here until the next update, you don't have to be so scared of an Aegean trying to grab you, because apparently they don't even have a grab anymore. And lastly, in this new update, they have actually moved the portal in Grassy Shoal that led to the Oasis Pond. It's still sort of in the same area, it's just kind of behind this little area, like hiding in this arch, and it'll still lead you there. But yeah, it's just been ever so slightly changed. I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I know I was a little bit late to the update train, but I've actually been wanting to upload a whole lot more Creatures of Sonaria stuff, and try and become a content creator at some point. We'll see how everything goes, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stick around for the next video to come out. Bye!